Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hello people.
I'm Milena.
I'm Lola.
And we're watching
Attack on Titan. Episode 24. We are late.
We're
I know.
late for how many days? 5?
Well, it's
4?
Friday.
Yeah.
We should have filmed and posted
Monday.
on Monday, but we're filming and posting on Friday.
Yeah.
If it's late because we are filming today and posting today. And I swear to God, we were in this room for an hour not filming. That quiet. We're about to press record. And the neighbors start drilling, so...
I don't know if they're gonna stop. Hopefully they will.
Maybe they will. Maybe they won't, so we're gonna just have to deal with
because
this.
I don't know what they're doing, you know?
We were out of country for the few days, so that's why we couldn't film. I feel like we haven't watched an episode for a while. I mean, it's been nearly 2 weeks. But we're playing... Stop. Okay, last episode.
What happened in the last episode?
Last episode truly was one of my favorites.
I mean, as was every single one.
Yes, but I feel
since the beginning, honestly.
But I feel like I read a lot of comments saying how that episode was boring or something, and I could not disagree more.
I love how I'm not reading comments.
I was shocked.
This wasn't a comment.
This wasn't a comment. This was I think I entered our Twitter, and you know when a suggested one pops up, and it was what a shame this episode was so boring or something. It had a lot of likes, and I was interesting. It wasn't to me. I loved it. I thought it was great.
What could possibly be boring about that?
Well,
we
I
had
feel
entire
because
Annie's backstories. After that, we had we found out Levi is alive.
Yeah.
We had Connie, who was
is going to feed Falco to his mother, but
exactly.
A great inner turmoil that is happening. I think people are it's maybe because the season started off with the rumbling and everything happening, everything being so fast, and now that they quieted down.
I mean, this is a normal episode, you know.
Yeah,
normal. It's not it's slow paced.
No, nothing.
So in my opinion,
the show is never slow paced.
Yeah.
They don't know what fucking.
They
slow
don't know
is.
what fucking slow is, honestly.
No, but now they are quieted down and are thinking about the characters, which I always appreciate a lot more, especially because the point where we're at is important for them.
With so many episodes who were only concentrated, in my opinion, mostly about plot. I had a feeling, I even mentioned that in few episodes, how I have a feeling that I haven't seen Mikasa in a while, how I have a feeling I haven't seen Armin in a while.
Yeah, because we were with Eren. Eren had his,
exactly. So
emotional
we haven't
things.
seen our group of people for so long, and now when we're seeing them, I'm so grateful that I know what's happening with them, you know.
Oh, but someone pointed out, and I knew it but didn't really think about it necessarily, but what a small moment in time that this is happening. For us it's been 10 episodes. For them, yesterday was the scene when Eren said to Mikasa that he hates her. That was yesterday for her. That was yesterday for Armin. I don't even know how they could process anything that is happening.
If we watch this in a day, we would have that feeling as well, because it's it's just constantly happening.
Yeah, and we had it better because we watched it in continued. A month before we finished the part 1 of season 4, and people waited for a year, you know.
Yeah.
So for us it's even closer than it is for most people. But still, it's so incredible when you think about it. This all happened in a day, basically.
Yeah.
Even the rumbling, we had 2 episodes basically of it, and it happened in a second.
Yeah.
A fucking second for them. So that's very
especially
interesting.
Because we are seeing many different characters in many different scenarios, places. So and that's all happening at the same time, and the entire episode is just basically those 20 minutes in real life, you know.
What I'm expecting from this episode is kind of the continuation, because the continuation of what happened in the previous episode, because now all of our kids are kind of having to deal with what they're gonna do now, because I think it was very visible, let's say with John. There was a scene when Flock is saying to him now you can go back to living your life, we're gonna get rid of all our enemies and we're gonna be able to live in peace. And so John is having a battle within himself, because he said something along the lines of is it over? Is it really over? Because he has fought to live his entire life. That's what he has fought to do. And so now that, let's say, freedom is at hand, could he just take it? even though the cost is humanity. It's like most of humanity. And I think that's what they're gonna have to deal with now, and accept that they cannot adjust, because those are our guys. They are not gonna just sit there and just let the world become ruin for them, just for themselves.
That's what I want.
They're not gonna do that.
That's what I think is. I think it's just a matter of time when every single one of them realize that the only thing they have to do is stop Aaron.
But I love that, because I mean, to have to come to that conclusion, to have to accept that fact, that you have to fight against your family, even though like you understand Aaron's motivations, like you understand how he came to this point and how cruel it was, that what has been done to them, like you can understand all of that, and yet you still have to stop him, because that's the only thing you have to do.
And it's as much, if not even more cruel, what he's about to do in our world. So like it's basically the same what has not been done to you. So I'm always thinking that way. You don't want to do to somebody that like
what was done to you.
What was done to you, and what was horrible for you.
Yeah,
so,
because
like,
especially
you never
like, you
let
know
that
how much
happen.
you suffered.
Exactly.
I mean, I think from these types of scenarios, these types of tragedies, different kind of people emerge. There are those people who would never want these things to be done to anyone else. And then there's the people that would that are mad at the world. They're mad at the world who did this to them, like Flock and everyone, like the Jaegers. And
again, I always say it's much, in my opinion, it's much easier to not be a person who is gonna do all of that, like
to not bear the horrors.
Flock can be angry at the world, and I know that Flock is able to kill people, and Flock would do it, but it's much easier when you have another person, and like also Titans who that person is leading, who are they gonna do the job for you, It's, in my opinion, I feel like it's much easier than to just like take a gun or whatever and kill the entire planet, and destroy the entire planet.
Well, of course, because technically then you can argue that you had no part in it. You just let it happen, because our guys can just do nothing.
I don't think, but like I don't think Flock would argue that, especially because I think Flock and Jaegerists are angry enough and want to actually kill them. I just want to say that it's much easier, to have someone who's gonna do the job for you.
I think like Flock falls into one of the extremist categories, and I think the like, let's say the middle ground that I would believe would be happening is most of the people
in my opinion as well,
on Paradise, who could be like, it's awful what Eren is about to do. I can't stop him. Like, I have no part in this.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I might benefit from the horrors that he is about to do, And
so, at the end of the day, they did horror to us.
And what I'm very much looking forward to seeing, it's our children who I fully believe in my heart are going to stop him, because they can't just sit here and let it happen. I believe first they have to accept the fact that they have to stop him. Like that we have to come to that part, I guess. Yeah. And then I think we're gonna come to the part of them like working together with Rainer and Liberio and everyone else,
There's gonna, I think, be later, because first now Levi, we had Levi who we found out is alive and all of that, and Hanji who is taking care of him, and she reunited with Peak. Reunited. She united with
Matt,
Peak,
and Margaret.
And they're gonna maybe realize that, I don't know, they're gonna maybe figure something out to come to our guys. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with them. I mean, definitely they have to, because like it's not like Peak is not gonna fight with us. So like
I think Margaret is like a commander or whatever. He's in charge. So his mind is definitely gonna be towards some type of solution to this. Definitely. And I think Hanji and everyone else, again, our guys are that way. They're not gonna just stop here and let it happen. I think John was a perfect representation of like what could be happening in someone's mind, because like he was like, could this be over? Like, maybe if I just like sit down and let it happen, even though I'm not doing anything, I could be, for all intents and purposes, let's say, innocent in all of this. Like, I didn't do anything, and I'm gonna finally be able to live a normal life like I always wanted. Like, you can just accept it and let it happen, but they're not going to. And I think what a great representation that was. Oh, now John and Mikasa are with flock, right?
Yeah.
Armin is with Gabby. They're going towards Falco and Connie. Connie, boy, I think that's gonna be maybe resolved in this episode.
Definitely. That's what I expect.
I really wanna see that again. I'm so happy that we have a storyline that revolves Connie. Because like he's one of the main, he's a part of the group, he's a big part of the group, and like we never really had some like a storyline that concentrates on him. We all know how much we love him. Like I adore him, and I adore that storyline that is so human. I've read like a lot of things that was said against Connie, ironically enough, like from the same people who are like defending Eren. You know, like Eren can go and kill all these people, you know, because of what was done to them. But like Connie is selfish and not justified for his.
To me, it's enough that the people who are defending Eren are attacking Gabby. That's more than enough, in my opinion. Because somebody can understand Eren and can't understand a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
Interesting. Honestly, that's fucking very interesting, in my opinion. Because to me, Gabby is even easier to understand at this point, where we are at this point.
Oh, I agree. So, like, with Connie, again, I think this is a very human emotion from him because he has lost everything. And, like, we know from the previous seasons, like, it was mentioned a couple of times. Not a couple of times, but, like, you know, they were sitting all in the hall eating, and then he was like, oh, I'm going to see my mom. And then everyone got, like, quiet because, like, you know, he's visiting a Titan. And that's all he can do.
Who is alive just because it's stuck.
Yeah.
And can't move.
Yeah. Of course, that boy, having lost everything else in his life,
now
and the world is fucking falling apart around him.
And he now has a fucking opportunity to save his family.
I find it ridiculous that people would say they will never be tempted to do that.
Honestly,
I can't fucking say that.
First would be...
Of course.
I mean, it's fucking... the only reason why I'm not sure if I would be able to do it because... Falco is this big.
But the thing is, like you would maybe take him to it and go, but like the second that you have to actually like feed him, you
that's
can't.
Impossible,
He's a kid.
I think, because
like you can't.
I know if it's a grown man.
Maybe, yeah, honestly, I agree.
To save my brother.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would think about it.
Yeah,
I would be like,
oops. It's awful, but. I can't blame him at all for this. So I really want to see the resolution to that. Annie is awake. Oh, and also kind of Annie parallels Connie in a way because like she said that she would like do everything again to be able to see her father. Like she is again also concentrated on that, and that's like such a complicated relationship between her and her father because of the way that she grew up, which is very similar to how Zeke grew up with Grisham.
Yeah,
it's a very similar
and both of them
type of behavior, and both of them at the end regretted what they have done to their children.
But like both Annie and Zeke only wanted approval from their parents. Yeah. That's so common, in my opinion, for children to, no matter what kind of parents they had, even if
you're a child,
their parents were abusive and stuff like that. When you're with them, you just want their approval. I mean, no matter if that's right thing or not, like, you know.
Yeah, but
you want their love. You want to get their love and their, you know. So.
Yeah, it's a very complicated. But like
very understandable in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just love that, honestly.
I agree. I'm very much looking forward to this episode and what.
Honestly, if it's just gonna be a continuation of the previous one, can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see because we have so many storylines to continue, you know.
Very much looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, we'll see. And then we have a new episode in 2 days, so it all works out.
Honestly,
really,
it's perfect for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is that who? Who? Oh.
Okay.
Is she shooting Jaegerist? Oh.
They are one of my favorite relationships of the show, honestly.
But the way she's crying because she has to kill them.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Even boy also here. My boy.
He lost his fingers.
無念でならないだろう。でも今はこのまま逃げ隠れて何が残る。なんだよ。私の独り言聞こえていたのか。俺の目的はチームを殺すことだ。あなたたちとは利害が一致する。手の中とピークフィンガー。
Her name is, last name is Finger. He lost 2 fingers, but he gained 1.
リ
Peak.
ヴァイアか。そのざまだ。どうやって俺の弾丸を避けるつもりだ。弾は避けられない。だがこのざまを敵の前にミスミスさらした。撃つか聞くかあんたたち次第だ。我々はやるしかないんだ。みんなで力を合わせようってやつ。
This is the worst sight to be seen.
Boy.
My love. My second most love. Not second, you're like my first love. I love you the most.
My second
But because like
most
in
love.
this scene, like you know the second love, I don't know what I'm saying. I love you, I can't. I'm going to lose all my love, my other love, my third, my fourth.
素直な子だよな。信じているのか。俺のことを。
Oh.
そうじゃ
Oh.
お前なら分かってくれるか。
Of course you would. And of course you would know that you were not gonna do it, so.
中子村。
Oh, the.
どうして分かった。昨晩あなたの独り言が聞こえてきました。サシャって飛行船でガビに撃たれた仲間の兵士ですよね。あなたは俺が誰かを知りながら知らないふりしてここまで連れてきた。どうしてですか。俺に復讐するつもりですか。違う。あれは戦闘行為だったとわきまえてる。動けないから安心しろ。もう何年もこのままなんだ。俺に見せて。どうするつもりですか。
He's too smart.
巨人の歯磨きを手伝ってほしいんだ。こんな貴重な体験めったにないぞ。あの上からガシガシやるだけだからあそこまで登って考えようぜ。
He is so not thinking straight. Like, who? あ、ベビーボーイ、ベビーボーイ。
正しいお前なんかにバカなことなんてわかんねえよ。それとアギトの力を使って。アギトの力。カリアードさんは。神を許してくれ。おい、来るやつだろうが。
Armin. My love, stop that.
何するつもりだ。
Oh.
何か言えよ、アルミン。さっき喋るなんて言っただろ。だから行動で示せよ。俺が助けなかったらどうするつもりだったんだ。君のお母さんが人の姿に戻ってた。母ちゃんには立派な兵士になれって言って送り出された。 なのに息子は子供と友達を殺すかもしれなかった。そんな兵士になっちまったんだ。俺は。僕もだよ。団長の代わりになれなかった。アルミン、俺は母ちゃんに誇れる兵士になりたい。だから困ってる人を助けに行こう。
He's the best thing that happened to me. I swear to God. I love him so much.
Who?
Both of them.
Armin?
I'm not sure both of them. Like, I was talking about Connie. I'm so proud of him, but like
But like
both.
second before that.
Oh.
What?
Free world.
話したことがあります。あなたのことで。このマフラーは捨ててほしいと話していました。でも捨てるくらいだったらこのまま私と返して。あなたに憧れて兵士になりました。悔いはありません。あなたの背中を追いかけて私は心臓を捧げて生きたのですから。
What an awful thing. I don't know what I would do if anyone told me that. And their actions were the way they were. I don't know. It sounds nothing like freedom. Is that John?
Mm.
Have you met her?
I'm not
Have
sure.
you met John? My boy, you know what those words mean. It's not this.
Huh.
God, isn't it so easy to live like this when you don't see the horrors happening to the people around you? Isn't it so fucking easy? I was like, is that Annie? Oh! My boy. God, Connie needs fucking rest. No, we don't leave Hitch. When we leave Hitch. Hitch, go find them.
Oh. Why is that so beautiful to me?
I don't know, I
That's
love
so
their
fucking
friendship. I didn't
beautiful.
know I would ever care this much. I'm gonna go find them. I'm gonna love them.
What now? What is
Look
happening?
at the colors. John, my boy. I know
No,
you.
it's now it's gonna
I
happen,
know, but I
something
just
gonna
want to read it
happen,
to
yeah.
you.
Are guys coming here?
I don't know. We'll see what happens now.
I mean, at least Mikasa is here.
She's a filthy Marleyan, and they say a filthy Eldian, so what is the difference between all of you? Come on.
Disgusting.
従って生きるくらいなら死を選ぶと吐き捨てた。気が変わったのなら今のうちに。俺はマーレから故郷を救うためエルディアに力を貸した。それはあんたたちのためでもあった。そして力を貸した結果、俺の故郷は潰され、俺の家族は皆殺しだ。で、残ったのは出来の悪い排外主義者のクズ野郎どもか。お前らにこびてまで生きるほどの価値はない。突然無差別に殺されることがどれほど理不尽なことか知ってるはずだろう。
Oh, what a man you are. None of you come close.
黙ってないでなんとか言えよ、ちゃん。
My love. Let me see who's shot who.
Yeah. Okay.
しまった。外した。何のつもりだ。
We could just save him.
Like, you just say Flock. Okay, he's not gonna eat you, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't need John.
We don't need John.
John got saved. John got taken away from this shit.
Are you afraid, boy?
I first thought when I heard
Yeah, I
gunshots
know.
some other shoot it somewhere, but like I didn't think.
All of them make me so proud. Who? Who? Who's watching them?
He ran so fast. Disgusting. She's an idiot. She's an idiot.
いいのか。お前、家が歯にいれば地位は安泰のはずなのに。あのまま耳を塞いで部屋にこもっていやがった。でもそれじゃあ骨の燃えかすな俺を許してくれねえんだよ。じゃあ言ってる意味がわからないけどありがとう。君を確保することが車力の力を借りる条件だったんだ。生きたまま引き渡せ。起きな。
Oh.
何？落ち着いて、ライナー。安心してください。みんな味方です。時間がね、早く行くぞ。
I love this. Oh my god.
世界を救いに。
Oh my god, so sad. This was so short in my
It was
opinion.
so fucking short.
Honestly.
I have never loved a group of people this
This
much.
has this.
I'm so happy we had an episode 2 days.
Honestly. Now I wish we watched it this Sunday.
Why don't we go
let's
on
say.
Sunday?
Like I don't think it matters to them. Friday, Sunday.
What if we just stopped watching and then watched it all continuous, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, I love this episode, honestly. Loved every second of it. And it lasted, in my opinion, so fucking
so
short. I had a
short.
feeling like it wasn't even 15 minutes. Maybe when we edit, we will realize it was actually so fucking short.
Again, it was what we expected. It was kind of the continuation of the previous episode, and it wrapped things up with Connie and his mother, that plot. And it was like we said, it was our guys having to accept that they are going to fight against this, and that is perfect to me. That is what I love, and it made me really emotional. Why am I starting at the end? It made me really emotional at the end to see all of them together again. Like all of them besides Eren and
Oh my
Bert
god,
and Sasha.
with Annie
Kicked him.
kicked
I'm like, fucking let him
Rainer
sleep.
and was like, get up.
We have to start from somewhere. I can't start from the end. Let's start from the beginning, I guess. Let's start with Hange and Levi, because that's how the episode opened. We saw Hanji having to kill Jaegerists, and her having a really hard time doing it. Like, she's crying. It made me really sad for her because it's so awful. Because those are the people that you fought with, you know?
Exactly.
And now they're searching for you, so you have no other choice but to kill them.
It was even hard for them when they find out that the Titans were humans.
Yeah.
And because like their entire lives they've been just killing Titans and they've been just trying to survive, and it was very hard for them when they realized that like they're human, they're basically them, you know.
Yeah.
There is no fucking difference. But then Marlies were coming, you know, and wanted to kill our guys, and in my opinion it's even that is easier in some way, because like you haven't lived with those people, you haven't fought next to them, you haven't because I mean Flock was one of our guys. Basically he was fighting with us. I mean he was with Armin when all of that happened, you know. So it's I think this is the worst case scenario, that those are the people who are attacking you now and want to kill you now, and now you have to kill them. It's either you or them, you know.
And then she's talking to Levi, who's unconscious.
She was basically like, we don't have anything to do, because like was that before or after she found out what Eren is about to do?
Well, before she found out,
like,
she was talking about, you know, Zeke.
Yeah, and she was like, we can't we're gonna be fugitives, we're gonna have to run.
How about we just live here?
How about we just live here? Because like yesterday they were the ones who were leading the army, and now if they come, they have to surrender and they're gonna be in prison. Basically, it's funny how life works. Like one day you're this, and the next one you're in completely other place.
And then they went to the coordinate with Eren. Hanji was shocked that Eren was gonna do this, and at that point also Levi wakes up. And Levi, my boy, his eyes the entire time throughout this entire episode are just like, they look like so defeated. Like first he's like, where is Zeke? I have to finish that. I'm gonna finish that, and boy, you're gonna finish that.
And
like,
he was like,
I'm so
underestimated him.
it.
He was ready to kill himself and die, and I didn't see that coming. Yeah, but that boy is so determined, but also that boy is so fucking broken.
Yeah. Like
that boy
just like see in his eyes.
It was 2 days ago when once again, like no matter how much sympathy I have for Zeke at this point, that one thing will never change, and that is that I have more sympathy for Levi, and that he destroyed Levi basically in my mind, you know, especially with that last part when he once again turned every one of his comrades, turned every single one of them into Titans and made Levi kill them once again, because like no matter how many times we have to do it, it's never easy.
Levi really got destroyed by everything that Zeke did. Like Zeke is the person who also killed Erwin.
In that point, many of the comrades, when he threw those rocks,
those people, like he has killed so many fucking people, and it's very personal to Levi. A lot of his concentration is on Zeke and getting that revenge, even though that's gonna, at the end of the day, that's gonna do nothing.
That's the thing. In my opinion, it's not even completely. I mean, it is a revenge, you know, but it's more about why. I mean, I don't think
it's not revenge in the terms of like when he does it, he's gonna feel, you know, good. There's nothing there.
I think it's most because he promised Erwin to do that, and he has to keep that promise because Erwin meant so much to him.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, Zeke destroyed him before that, even after that, in the last moment.
Yeah. And that is why I'm completely confident that he's gonna fulfill that promise, because I think the show goes full circle. The show is gonna do it. Like there is no doubt in my mind that is the end of Zeke's story, and it's gonna be by Levi's hand. And I feel
that's
like that
what
is
I want to
most
say.
appropriate.
Even if Levi wouldn't, like, let's say, want to get revenge because of the pain that like Zeke caused him.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it because he promised to Armin, and that promise means so much to him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even if he at some point can feel sympathy for Zeke, that doesn't change anything in my mind for him. So in my opinion, even if Zeke helps them, even if Zeke is on his side, on their side at some point, I think that's why I don't think anything gonna change for Levi in his mind, and he's gonna fulfill that promise at the end, no matter what happens in the meantime.
Yeah. It's gonna be Zeke's actions catching up to him.
Yeah.
Again, I think I understood a lot about Isayama when we were told that he is a big fan of Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul. And that's a big theme of Breaking Bad. Like, you get what's coming to you. You know,
favorite things.
Yeah, and so like when I think you can easily deduct the type of writer that he is if he is influenced by Vince Gilligan
And Peter
Gold. That's why I have a lot of faith and trust in him, because I can see some type of like resemblance there. That's how Zeke's story is gonna end. He's gonna it's gonna catch up to him. All the horrible things that he has done, it's gonna catch up to him. I have a lot of sympathy for Zeke, and I'm never gonna like be happy that now that he's dead. But I'm also gonna feel, I think, a lot of relief for Levi, because it's finally over for him.
Even if it's gonna pain us, that's what I want to say, to see Zeke die, because like after everything you found out, it's not like I want him dead, honestly. It's just like that, his actions catching up to him, and it's just how it is.
And I also love what Levi said to Hanji. I mean, again, that boy, his eyes, they look so defeated.
Yeah.
And yet he keeps moving.
Yeah.
Like he is not. He said if we stop, I'm gonna paraphrase this because I forgot what he said, but like something along the lines of like, if we stop, what is there left?
Yeah.
So he can't stop. However impossible this seems, because it does seem fucking impossible to stop this now. They're not gonna stop. They're gonna try to save the world. They're gonna try to do their best.
Yeah,
and
there wasn't a second in his mind when he thought about something else.
Yeah,
no matter how much, because
that was it.
Because I feel like that's all he has to fight.
Yeah.
Basically, that's all he has in his life.
Yeah.
So like, and he's been fighting his whole life. That's the only thing he knows how to do. So like, there was not a point in his life when he thought, maybe we should not fight this, maybe this is good for us.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, Aaron has to be stopped, this has to be done, and that's it, let's go and let's fight.
And again, that's what I always loved about Levi, is that he really values human life.
Yeah.
Like, he really values that above most. Again, because, he has lost his friends. And
honestly, I could cry just thinking about it.
I know. Again, we talk about the biggest tragedies in this show, and I don't know. Every time I think of a specific character, I'm like, oh, you're the most tragic. There's just like too many.
Every single one of them is tragic in their own way.
Yeah.
It just depends on who you relate the most, in my opinion,
It's not a competition. It's not a fucking competition of who has a sadder storyline.
Yeah.
That's why I love Levi, is that immediately he was like to Maggot, and Maggot as well, they all came to an agreement really fast. Like, there wasn't much to it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Maggot
was
same goal.
Fascinated, but like very surprised.
Intrigued by Levi.
Levi's answer. He was like, "You can't dodge the bullet." And he's like, "I'm not even trying to. Like, I came in front of you looking like this and feeling like this, not being able to dodge the bullet.
And not even, honestly, I truly think he doesn't even care if he doesn't dodge the bullet.
Exactly, he wouldn't care.
No.
He's one of those types of people who is just like, I'm gonna do the most I can and the best I can, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we have that storyline now as well, that they're all together. Too, I love that so much. Then my boy Connie, I love him so much. I can't explain it. I love him so much. I love that whole storyline, and I love the conclusion to that storyline. You can see throughout the journey of him and Falco how much he's like struggling and trying to convince himself and talking to himself, and saying like, would Sasha understand me?
That was one of my favorite scenes of that whole thing. Is like looking at Falco, realizing that he is only a child.
Kid. An innocent kid. He said he's
exactly.
An innocent kid.
He's an innocent kid who has full faith in him and is going wherever. Is camping in the wood because this one wants to. You know, he's an innocent child, and now he's going to feed him and to kill him basically.
To his mother.
So that's horrible.
Yeah.
And he understands how horrible it is, and that's why the most important person to him was Sasha through his entire life. Yeah. She is the one whose opinion he would care about the most, and that's why he was like, would you understand it? Like, would you understand if I did this? Which is beautiful in my mind. I just love how impactful Sasha was.
And still is.
Yeah,
there's a lot of... I really like that the show still honors her memory in a lot of ways. When he brought Falco to his mother, and Falco is very smart, like he knows what is happening at that point, and like he is asking, so like what were you planning on doing? And like Connie is like, oh, let's brush her teeth, which is so ridiculous. And that just goes to show you where his mental state is, because like that is so ridiculous. Like, who the fuck would ever believe that? Who would ever...
He basically said if he figures out what I'm doing and he knows how to control his Titan, I'm done. Everything is done. Like, there is nothing happening. I can't do that then. Yeah.
Then Armin and Gabby come, and at that point, I even forgot that like Falco doesn't have any memory of even becoming a Titan, and he doesn't have a memory of losing his brother.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about his brother part until he said it to Gabby, and that really made me sad. But like then Armin came with Gabby, and I love that whole part because then Connie is like becoming more desperate because they could stop him, and so like he is putting the sword on Falco's throat. And then Armin, of course.
Once again, showing me why I love him this much. Like second when he said to Gabby, please forgive Connie, I was like, what is he about to do? Because like, why would he forgive Connie if he's about to stop him? And what does that all mean? And the second he jumped up to...
Yeah.
I was shocked, honestly. I wasn't shocked, but like I was shocked. I will never stop being shocked how good of a human he is. Again, there is also an influence there because like he always doubts himself and doubts why he's the one who survived, and he has so much pressure because they chose him over Armin that he thinks would be a better leader for his people, because like he's also not a child, but like he's not that grown up,
he is a child. For me, that they're so young to be put in any of these positions. It's too young to have to deal with any of this. They're 19?
Yeah, but like
that is a kid for this.
Well, like, not really, because they survived so much and they've been through so much. So in my opinion, they are much grown up than I was at 19,
Well,
they're like 15 years older than me at that point.
Still, that is completely true, but also like it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of pressure, especially because he was saved instead of a guy who was already a leader, already an amazing leader to his people, So of course there is that part of him wanting to sacrifice himself as well, for somebody else, because like Armin was basically sacrificed for his good, not really, but they had to choose one and they chose him instead of Armin. But again, he wanted at that point to give his own. He was scared when he climbed.
I think there was multiple things to it. I think he was gambling. I think he knew that there's a chance that he could actually die, and he was willing to take that chance because again I think he feels a lot of guilt and pressure and everything, and he never feels like he's good enough. I'm gonna come back to that. He also knew that that's how he can get Connie to stop this and to stop him. Like he gambled that Connie is gonna save him as well. His gamble paid off, and like there is not a part of me that like thought that it wasn't gonna pay off. Like
of course.
It's who Connie is as well. Like there is no way that I ever doubted that. Like, but it made me really emotional that he was like about to do this, For Armin's character, what I appreciate so much about him is that he always doubts himself, and yet he always acts like for a person who doesn't feel like he's good enough. Since the moment Eren saved his life in like episode 5 of season 1, like that's when he froze, you know, and like couldn't do anything. That's when Eren was eaten. After that, Armin never froze. Like he always, when push came to shove, like he always acted and he always made a choice. I think that is so incredibly brave of him because of how he feels like he's inadequate and everything. That's why I think his character is incredible, and why I always get mad at the amount of comments I read again and again who call him useless. If we don't protect people like Armin, like those types of humans, what the fuck is there to protect? Would it be, I think it would be very interesting to see how Erwin would deal with this. Of course, it would be very interesting. But Erwin was willing to sacrifice human life for the truth, for something which is interesting, an interesting concept. And I thought that made him such a great character, such a compelling character.
But I always thought that Levi was much better human than Eren.
I agree.
Even though they fought and did the same things side by side constantly, and Levi listened to every Erwin's order. But he always valued human life more than anything else. Where where Erwin didn't.
Erwin became who he became.
Yeah. But it's so funny to me how at that point, when I remember now, how at that point I thought that like basically Eren is gonna become not Erwin completely, but he's gonna become a monster to save our guys, which is happening. But like the scale, like I thought he's gonna become a monster the similar way, the same
amount of monsters
as Erwin. Not even closer we are at this point.
Yes, because like with Erwin, it was said by Flock, you know, he was a monster, he was the devil, you know, and like you needed a devil or a monster to achieve something, like a monster who's gonna be willing to sacrifice human life. Armin is not that, and I will forever and always value people like Armin the most. I fully believe when all is said and done, I think Armin is gonna be one of the main things that saves them at the end of the day. I mean, that's what again Eren said. In season 3, exactly. Armin is the one who saves us all because of who Armin is as a person, who Armin is as a human.
And I think Eren fully accounts on that at this point, even now.
Yeah, I mean, we have always said that. Eren knows that this is coming.
Armin is gonna be able to make some kind of a peace.
Because again, Eren is giving them, let's say, negotiation room, kind of, by doing all this. Like, he is concentrating all the hate on him, like on that one particular person that is Eren. And so our guys and the rest of the world are gonna have to come together in a way to stop him. And that's when you need Armin and like I even think John to broker some type of deal, peace that's gonna work in their favor.
In my opinion, John is I don't know what, but John is gonna live to be some kind of a leader as well.
I fully believe that as well. I think he is built to be a leader.
Yeah, but honestly, this because you said like so you read so many comments. But honestly, I think I learned that in every show, most of the shows I watched recently, there is so many different opinions with people that like I can't even begin to understand. I don't.
You've given up.
Yeah. Honestly, because like when you think about it, people have called Levi a bland. Is that the word? Bland or
bland?
Bland character. Through first 3 seasons, and I thought everything but that of Levi. Also Mikasa, that her only point is running after
I think
Eren,
people,
that she is one-dimensional character, you know.
I think people
and they called Armin what, a coward, useless,
coward, nothing.
So like all my favorite characters, I have nothing in common.
I think some people just simply don't value when the character is, when like let's say the most of the plot surrounding that character is something to do with like emotional aspects and not like, you know, go, go, go.
And I think those characters are always gonna be my favorite.
Same. Like that's what, like with Mikasa, I love how much like people seem to be like, oh well, everything is about Eren or something, but like Eren is her family. Like Eren is all that she has had in her life. Of course, a lot of it is gonna be about Eren because Eren is right now doing this awful, monstrous things. Of course, it has to revolve around that, and I think a lot of the show revolves around that love that they have between each other. Like a lot of what Eren is doing right now is because he loves Mikasa, you know, and wants to protect her. I think people underestimate how much like this show really just focuses on that aspect, and that is the aspect that we love, and that's why all those characters mean so much more to me. So yeah, I just think our opinions and other people's opinions can align because we look for different things in shows.
Exactly.
So, you know, whatever. I think this show I think how this show is written aligns with our views, if you ask me. I think they're doing everything I want them to do.
Yeah, I think it's written amazing.
Yeah, I think it's specifically written for us.
Every
like everything that has been happening
been written perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I need to go back to Connie because I was on Armin. Connie, when he saved Armin, you know, and when he was like, he told him you that was a big gamble that you took, kind of, because like you didn't know that I was gonna save you, and then, you know, immediately that boy was just like, all I wanted to do was like, I joined this to make my family proud of me, and now they're all gone, now they're all dead, and I just want to be someone that I want to be a soldier that my mom would be proud of, and so let's just go.
Honestly,
you know, he's like, let's just go and help people. That's it.
Honestly, I have no words. I don't know why.
He makes me so proud.
I loved when he said that. But when like that specific moment, he was like, my mom wouldn't be proud of what I did today or what I wanted to do, and I want to make my mom proud because like I did all of this for my family. Like I did all of that this I choose this life for my family so they would be proud, and look what I'm doing. So like
I'm not making them proud.
I'm not making them proud, and I want to do it, and I just think that's a beautiful motivation, in my opinion, honestly. So
and I
just love that moment.
His choice of words, it's very simple and it's just very true. Let's just go and help people. Like that's who we are, that's what we do. Let's just go and help them. Like whoever they are, let's just go and help people. There's no questioning about anything. He is just like, let's go and help people, and that's why I love him so much. And again, another character that I fucking adore, John. I thought it was a great visual in the beginning of the episode, I think, is when he is like in bed, and there's like just a window above, and he's covering his ears to not have to hear the Titans, and to not have to kind of, let's say, because you have to face it. You know, when you see it, you have to face it, and like he's trying to maybe avoid doing that. And then we saw him, because that this is what we've been saying in the intro. You know, it would be it could be easy for him to just let it happen. You know, just like let Eren do his thing, and you know, reap the benefits of it. Yet he can't. There is not enough blocking out to block out what's happening.
Especially when you are around this type of people. Because like, in my opinion, it would be much easier if you actually have no part of this, meaning if you're just a citizen who is affected by Titans who are walking around, but like not like they can fight against Titans, like they can do anything, and it's not your fault. But like, you're not even trying to stop him, you know. But like, it's much harder because like at this point John was around Jaegerist. And we had a scene after that. I mean, he already before that decided what he's about to do, and he got decided what. I mean, they made a deal that he should shoot and stuff like that. I don't know how we didn't figure that out immediately, honestly, when he shooted. I mean, I did, but not. But like, I wasn't immediately. Oh, that was a sign.
No, I didn't think it was a sign. Like, I thought there was a possibility that like they might have planned something, and like I just thought that other people are gonna like show up. I just thought that was gonna happen. Like that was the shot that we heard. You know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. First I was.
But like there wasn't. I didn't like like when there were shots
When
fired, like for a second, I was like, I'm about to start shitting on this show if like John shot someone,
that's what
because that would be so fucking out of character.
exactly.
And then like I had that thought for a second.
Exactly, and when the second and third shot came,
I was like, okay, fine, because like I was about to be like, what the fuck are you writing now?
Exactly.
Like this makes no fucking sense whatsoever, you know. But they didn't disappoint me. They just fucking don't. They simply do not. I love that whole storyline with him. And with him, like, you know, standing next to Flock.
I mean, that's
you know,
what I
not
want to say.
by,
Exactly.
just next to
yeah,
him.
exactly. That's why it was impossible.
Yeah.
Nearly impossible for him to just cover his ears and not do anything, because like he was literally listening to these people who were in that moment wanted to kill those two human beings, you know.
Yeah, and like it is incredible, like that sight is so incredible to see, and so very believable to see them all standing in front of these two people who are not Eldians, you know, so they're gonna die. The words they're hurling at them are the same words that have been hurled towards Eldians, you know.
Exactly
and then so it is incredible how they're all exactly the same. I love that. God, I will never be able to pronounce his name. We all know who I'm thinking about. Something. Everything he said was just completely fucking correct. You know, he said like, I am not gonna stand by these xenophobic fucking idiots. I would rather die than stand by the types of people that you are. And absolutely, my
it was
dude.
literally like, it's not worth it.
Absolutely,
like the life that I would have here, pretending that I'm fine with anything that just happened, is not worth it.
Yeah, and that is so brave of him. Like he is 20 times the man that any of those people in that circle are. Like believe me, I have a lot of understanding of how they came to be. I have a lot of understanding of how Flock became who he is. There's like no mystery there. Like I understand how they came to be, and how the environment that they grew up in and that they were, you know, forced to be in because of other people has turned them into this. But that's who they are now. And it's a tragedy. And they should be fucking stopped because they're awful people now.
Yeah.
We can talk all day about the circumstances that led to them and to Flock. Like mostly Flock, because like we've seen firsthand what happened to Flock, and like we have seen that he is the only survivor and everything, and like I think his character is very well written and it serves a really great purpose in this show. But those types of people should always be fought against, and they should always be stopped. Exactly. And the reasons why they became this way should always be talked about, so that we could stop others from having to become
but they don't
but they do not
justify anything what they are doing. That's
absolutely
what I
never
say. Like there is not justification for what's happening.
No,
I mean, I understand anger. I can completely see I can completely see how they became who they are. I don't see their point of view. I just see how they became who they are right now. But there is no justification. They're killing people. They're, you know, nothing like that. So,
and that they want to build this Eldian empire.
Yeah, exactly.
And to rule over, and that they're completely fine with Eren wanting to kill everyone, and that they think that is, you know, justified.
Horrible.
I thought it was also a very good picture of, like, you know, the Titans. I mean, the Colossal Titans have like left further away, you know, and they can't see them anymore. And now people are celebrating in the streets. And I just, honestly, ignorance is bliss, you know? When you don't see it, when you don't have to witness the horror, I guess it's much easier for you to just simply ignore it.
I mean, that's what Marla said in one of the episodes in the beginning of the season, like, about Marlians as well. Like, they don't feel it in their skin, so, like, they don't fucking care about anything. And that is the perfect, in my opinion, sentence about most of the people. I mean, now even Marla,
because you can just see that they keep paralleling them, because they're all the same.
They're literally paralleling
everyone's the fucking same, you know? They become what they fight against. It's a horrible cycle that just keeps continuing. In that celebration, our boys are at least getting to eat pie, and then they come Annie.
That was before that. Yeah, that was before that.
And I'm like looking at the girl. I'm like, is this Annie? Like I couldn't tell very well because like it's far away. She's a blonde. And I'm like, am I just gonna call every blonde person Annie? And then she started choking when they mentioned Annie, and it was her. And like that scene was so reminiscent of like Sasha and Connie, because like, you know,
I mean, Connie lost his mind.
Yes, Connie kind of was losing his mind as well, but also like reminiscent of like
Season 1.
some old scenes, but like in a very different now way. And like Armin was like, let her be, she didn't eat pie for like 4 years. It was so fucking.
They're all cute.
They're kids.
Cute. And after that, when to continue when John shot it at the floor, we found out that was their plan they made like a day before that, you know.
Yeah.
And then we see our guys.
Yeah,
actually
and
we
Mikasa
see
and everyone like.
Cart.
Oh god, first Cart Titan appears. Like they all came to a plan. Like, I mean, that's why John pushed Flock, because for them to be taken away, you know, we don't need Flock with us,
exactly.
you know, we don't need Flock.
That's why he was even standing there next to Flock, like
because he has
with
to
the gun,
be
because he has to
away
be on
from
the same and on the same place where the
prisoners are.
The two of them are.
And now they're all together. And I can't, that fucking shot, you know, them all standing.
Because at that point, when the scene began again, I even thought, why is he standing there? Like, I understand shutting your ears, you know?
Yeah, but like, why would you be next to Flock?
Why would you be next to Flock with a gun in your hand? I thought maybe he's like, I'm gonna be Jaegerist now, and then throughout the scene, he's gonna be like, no, Flock, move away, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I expected of the scene. Or wait for Mikasa to come and save the day.
And then they're all standing above Rainer, calling him to go and save the world together.
I can't even say the moment when I saw that Annie was the one who... did we have a scene when somebody watched them? We still don't know who that is, or...
We still don't know who there was, but like, who could it be? Let's think about it. Who could it be?
I mean, it's a bit weird because they basically said somebody's looking at us.
Yeah, but like, it looked like the back of a head. It looked like a guy that has short hair.
Yeah, I first thought maybe it's Rain, or
I first thought like Zeke, but I think Zeke has to be with Eren because Eren is using the power, so I guess he needs to be still, you know, in contact or something. I don't know.
Does he?
I have no fucking idea, but like I don't know where Zeke is, so like the only thing that makes sense that he's like somewhere with Eren. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
But someone was looking at them. Maybe I'll come up with something with who's looking. I mean, I'm sure there is important, but like I can't figure it out.
You can see it in the scene. God knows.
It made me really emotional that like you know, Rainer woke up and looked up and it was everyone.
There was everyone.
It was like it ridiculously like it was everyone that. Like it was Annie, you know, that he grew up with in the same environment, and then our guys that he lied to, let's say, but that became his people.
I have no idea where Rainer's storyline ends. I've been thinking about that because, like, on one side, I have a feeling that he's a guy who's gonna survive all of this, but on the other side, because they've been constantly saying that his motivation for living are these children, you know, because he wants to save them. But at the end, I don't know if he's gonna continue to have any motivation for living.
The thing is, I think he always finds something to keep himself pushing. In my mind, I think he survives this.
I'm honestly not sure.
I think he survives this and he maybe gets some, you know, motivation in another aspect. Like maybe he gets to run something else. Like maybe he keeps just finding motivation to keep going. In my mind, I think he survives. I don't know why. Is it just wishful thinking? I can't tell the difference at this point. But I think he survives.
Yeah, I'm not sure about his character, honestly. Because I honestly don't believe in that all of them are gonna survive this show. Like, every single one of them, you know?
I wish they do. I cannot. You don't understand how...
I mean, I wish that it's not like that I say this. It's not like I don't wish.
Yeah, but I am at that point where I care so much about them that it's gonna fucking break me if any of them die. And so, like, I don't know if it's like wishful thinking, or if it's just like me being in strong denial. Like, because honestly, like, no, I'm not gonna survive any of them dying.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't think that every single one of them is gonna survive this show.
Look, Eren is gonna be plenty. There's gonna be plenty for me to, you know, have to deal with.
Doesn't matter. I don't believe that every single one of our guys.
Well, who do you think dies?
Well, I don't know. because like I don't think Levi dies.
Me neither.
So it's left to Rainer. I'm gonna be. I can't. I would not be able to believe that Connie died. In
No.
the show, honestly. Even
That
John,
would be
because
such fucking injustice.
John is not
John
gonna
is
die
gonna be a
because we
leader.
need a
There's
leader
no
to
way.
continue this. So
No
honestly, I
one.
have no idea.
No one.
I'm 100% sure somebody's
They
gonna
all
die.
live.
There's no chance for that.
I am speaking it into existence. To finish with the last scene, I also love that there was this moment of like Connie looking at Rainer, because again, for Connie, like he was always the one. Every time they betrayed them, he was always the one that's like. Well, everyone's kind of, let's say, mad or whatever. Connie's like, what just happened? Like, how did this just happen? Why did you betray us? Like he was always that, and so like I really like that it was like Connie looking at him.
Also, I wanted to mention, I forgot about John, that I love when a guy on whatever asked him why did you do it, and he was like, what did he say exactly? Because
oh god, yes,
that was such a good moment.
Because he keeps seeing the ashy bones,
and he don't believe that they would forgive him. Or
it is incredible how much Marco still impacts him. How much that's the bones he's talking about. Like how much still. I mean that was a turning point for his character. Like that was the first thing that kind of happened that made him this, and he still carries that around with him, and that is his motivation is like honoring the memory of those people lost, and like he is never gonna just stand by and let these things happen and let people just die, because he doesn't want to let Marco down. I love that
scene. I love that scene. I thank God we didn't forget.
No, that was a lot when he said that.
And what else?
I love that they were all just standing there and then said, let's just go and save the world.
Yeah.
And we all know what that entails. You have to fight against Eren here. But like that's all you can do, and that's all I know everyone here is gonna do. Like there is not much convincing that is gonna be happening here to go against your own. Because it's sad. Who you are. It's so fucking sad.
It's very sad that this is where we have come to.
I completely agree.
It's just very sad. I'm very sad that is happening right now, even though I understand how we got to where we are at this point, but like it's just very sad to see all of our guys and Eren is not with them, is not on their side.
Yeah, and they have to go and fight against Eren. Yeah. You have to.
And this entire time you've been just saving each other and your people together. Yeah. And
I even think they know. I really believe that they know, that Eren is doing this to save them. That's the thing. They know that Eren, that's what John also said. Like, they flash back to when Eren told them, like, you guys are the most important to me. So, like, they know that Eren is saving them, and they still have to stop him. And, like,
because at the end of the day, his motivation don't matter when it's about the rest of the people and the rest of the humanity. Yeah. Nothing matters. Like if he is doing this to save them, and shouldn't matter to them either. I mean, should matter for them to be sad about that, to be broken about that. Yeah. But like not about stopping him.
Eren is the character I love the most. Like he is. I cannot express to you the love I have for Eren. The only thing to do right now is to stop him. Like, I love that he loves them so much. Like, some more than others, doesn't matter. But, like, that he loves them so much that he wants to protect them. Like, I love that about him. But I think it's horrible, the means that he is doing it with. He should be completely stopped. And I think it's gonna make me so sad. Like, throughout, it's gonna make me so sad to see them having to do that, and to see Mikasa having to do that. That's it, people.
Okay,
no need
guys,
to talk this much.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Bye.